Today I'm going to talk about my dream. Well, I never really had dreams. I just chugged along, got on with life. Now, June 2009, I got the keys for the guest house, number 9 Cambridge Road, which was the Four Seasons. It was given to me as a wedding present by my husband. He used to joke with the guests the fact that anybody else got a diamond necklace for a wedding present or a piece of jewellery, but I got a necklace of keys, which was the keys on a chain for all the rooms. So yeah, it was great. Straight away it started to pick up, and it had always been a thought of something I wanted to do. It wasn't a dream, but I suppose, yeah, it was in a way. And that dream started to come true. We were sat in the garden one night and we was just chattering on, and it was starting to take off. We talked about buying next door. We'd heard that it was on the market. It had been deregistered as a guest house. It used to be the Oakwood. And we used to sit in the garden of the night under our gazebo thing, having a drink, laughing, joking about an empire of guest houses in Cleveland. And me being bipolar, it was a tree, it was a plant, it was a seed that was planted that started growing. Well, then we started to convert the house because I realised then that people wanted en-suites. It was an old-fashioned guest house. It was like walking into Only Fools and Horses. When maybe not so bad, next door was. And it grew, reputation grew, and it was great. And then January 2010, my husband came home from sea, and I found a lump. Well, we went to A&E. We was then referred back to the doctor to go on a fast track, which is 2 weeks. Went back, seen the doctor, the surgeon, had the biopsy, and within a week the lump decided to double in size. Before we'd even got the results from the tests, Mike had booked me into the Fylde Coast Hospital for a mastectomy. They told me that the lump was far too big and the boob was far too small, basically. I had little boobs and a big lump. So I said, fine. They offered chemo beforehand to shrink the lump before they operated, and I said, no, I'm not arguing with it. It's already getting angry. Just take the boob. Great. I've been covered from that. They got it all. They took the lymph nodes and they said they'd got it all. So great. I was on the highs. We then bought next door, which was then, Mike said, was my birthday present. Converted it for disabled living so that people, because there's very little in Cleveland for wheelchair access, so I converted the house and done as much as I could. And it was the cancer that was pushing me to do this, because I wouldn't let, well, it was the chemo really. The chemo was the hardest thing to go through. I became very suicidal. I would say detached from myself. It is still hard thinking about it now, and I'm getting tearful now. This last couple of weeks has been very hard. I've had no counselling, it's all what I've had to do myself. I did have a breakdown with the bipolar and the BPD, and I asked for help, and they told me that they couldn't give me help until my husband assessed his problems, which is alcohol. So things went from bad to worse. We drifted apart once he retired because he hit the clubs and I was left to do all the work. I was very tired. Um, uh, anyway, that's by the by. That's a long story and it will be covered at a later date. But getting back to the reason why I want to paint this house is I built this house. It was my survival against cancer. It was the only thing that I lived for. It became part of me. Now, I've got lots of ideas to be able to turn it round, or hopefully to turn it round. I would love to stay here. I love the people here. But what's lacking in Cleveland is care in the community. So I would love to be able to turn this into a holistic centre. And I know I've got one person that's very close behind me and will help me in any way I can, any way she can, to get this going and turn it round into a holistic centre where people, after they've had cancer, come here and relax. I can't think of the word. Aftercare. It would be an absolute dream come true, because since everything over the last 4 years with my husband's infidelity, my breakdowns, my being dragged to the spiritualist church, being told that I was possessed by the devil, I've achieved so much with the help of the church. So now I want to give something back to the community, because without the support of the local community, I would have topped myself by now. And they're what keeps me strong. So I've got to keep them laughing at me because I'm scatty and I love my scattiness. Well, my scatty stunt is to paint this house pink, and it's for all cancer awareness, not just breast cancer. Maybe we can have a well person clinic, not well man or well woman. You know, bring back that old community spirit where you can communicate. People don't communicate anymore. People are lost. There's so many lonely people in Cleveland, and I want to be part of that takes that loneliness away. It's not nice being lonely, and it's so detrimental to the brain and the psyche and mental health problems. It's dominoes. It's all got a knock-on effect, and I just want to be part of that community. And maybe painting this house pink that day will bring us all together. And love thy neighbour. I'll speak to you all soon. I'm on a mania at the minute. I'm talking 100 mile an hour. My thoughts are coming 200 mile an hour, but they're not impossible thoughts. If the mind conceives it, you can achieve it. That's all for now, folks. I'd love your comments down below. It's you that's keeping me going. And without you, I don't know where I'd be. Bye for now.